This podcast is sponsored by official Sports Mom MVP. Welcome to the Sports Mom Playbook.
Welcome to the Sports Mom Playbook, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes with real moms and industry experts for all things sports to help you start or make more use of your time on and off the field.
Get ready for this binge-worthy podcast with some special guest appearances. Laugh along and join us in what we love doing, celebrating the true MVPs of the game, moms.
Let's do this. You know the sound of a game day, the crack of a bat, the roar of a crowd, and of course the smack of sunflower seeds. And nobody does it better than smacking sunflower seeds. These aren't your average convenience store seeds. We're talking bold, addictive flavors, less mess, and packaging made for the ballpark grind. From dill pickle punch to sweet heat barbecue, smacking seeds brings the flavor and the attitude. Perfect for dugouts, road trips, and yes, even sideline snacking for sports moms like a little crunch with their cheer. Family owned, just like your local league. Stock up at smackinsunflowerseeds.com and use code Rachel84257 for 10% off your first smack-worthy stash. Smackin' Sunflower Seeds, fueling your season one smack at a time.
Hi, friends. Thank you so much for joining us today at the Sports Mom Playbook Podcast. Today, we have a very special episode, one that has been seriously requested, and I'm a little nervous, but also a little excited to share. It is the We Listen and We Don't Judge.
Sports Mom Edition. So today we have three wonderful moms here that have joined us to be our panel of judges and really just discussing the topics that are shared with us.
Hi, I'm Audrey. I'm sports mom of two kids, a daughter and a son for travel softball, rec baseball, basketball, and flag football.
I am Katie. I am a mom of three. I am a co-founder of the Central Florida Flamingos. I coach. I do it all, I feel like, as a sports mom.
And I'm Carrie Lynn. I have four daughters that play softball, one that plays soccer, and I have a total of 8 kids, and I homeschool, and I'm very much involved in my kids' comings and goings in the sports world.
Awesome. Thank you, ladies, so much for coming today. I know it is a lot to get here, and we appreciate your time.
We do.
I know this is going to be very, very exciting. So should we pop some champagne?
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Okay,
All right,
ladies.
well, let's
cheers.
Cheers. Beautiful. Delicious.
Fresh. So to keep everything anonymous, like we have promoted, we have our producer who got all of the submissions. And what we did is they were written on cards, and we are going to go ahead and hand out those cards. We're going to read them out and just have a little discussion.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Thank you. So I'm going to take a card and pass it around, and then we'll kind of keep going around the stack.
Maybe next time.
Okay,
I'll
is
just
this a
grab
double?
couple.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot. So.
There is a lot.
Okay, Rita,
All right,
you want to go
I'll
first?
start. All right. The first one that wrote in. Ref makes a call and said, oh, actually, we should start with we listen and don't judge.
Okay.
Okay.
For every
In
card?
unison?
Huh?
In unison for every card?
For every card.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like
All right,
it.
ready?
Yep.
We listen and we don't judge. Ref makes the call and suddenly Karen's climbing netting like it's the Hunger Games.
Dead.
What the fuck? Have you guys ever witnessed that? Like a mom just losing her mind on the field?
Yes. Are you
my
serious? You have?
Yeah.
I know. But like, damn, climbing the net? Like that's
That's a whole,
wild.
that's next level.
Next level.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, survival mode.
Oh, yeah.
Climbing the net.
We
I
don't
love
judge. We're not judging.
We're not.
All right.
Maybe she does a rock climbing on the side.
Maybe.
It's our exercise for the day.
All right, Care,
Mm-mm.
your turn.
We
listen and we don't judge.
I showed up at the wrong field in the wrong city. Oh my gosh. I would cry.
Could you imagine?
I would 100% cry.
That's rough.
Because I just know what it's like to get out of the house
Yeah.
and get
the
where you need to
hustle and
go.
bustle, yeah.
And I don't think I've done that yet.
That's great with
I-
these kids.
Knock
I'm
on wood
feeling
right
that
now.
is
Yeah.
great.
I
No,
I,
no.
On that
I feel
table
like I've
right now.
made it if I haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
But that's all I would, that's
That's rough.
that's top tier.
Like, how do you approach it as a team? Like, hey, guys, I'm not going to be there. It's like 3
It's actually
hours away.
happened as a coach. It's actually
I wonder how
happened.
far
You're
the
like,
fields were apart.
game changer, WhatsApp.
I don't know. She didn't say.
I feel like I should confess something.
Have you done that?
Yes. Remember, I showed up.
Shut up.
We listen
Listen
and we
We're
don't
not
judge.
We're not judging.
Never on it was like a Thursday.
Okay.
And I just was struggling. And so Monday, we always have the same field. Thursday is kind of like it changes.
Yeah.
So we have 2 options where we're going.
Yeah.
And I showed up just like on autopilot, like, oh,
Right.
this is our field. And then I pulled in. I was like, man, none of these cars like look familiar. I also I'm not like on Game Changer.
Yeah.
So now my husband calls me out like in the WhatsApp chat and
He's
like
like,
tags
"Where
me.
are you?"
See, I'm
Today's
not on Game
practice
Changer
is
either.
at, I don't,
Like I have
I
like
don't look
17
at it.
messages in Game Changer I've never opened. I'm like, maybe I should open them because I always go on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
yeah,
Usually
WhatsApp
they're
to
just
me is
for
the
that.
easier
Yeah.
access point. I don't look at game. I don't
Yeah.
know.
No.
I'm happy I'm not alone.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
You're not.
I just,
Well, if
So-
it wasn't for certain, because this weekend there is a tournament, but they're utilizing 2 fields.
uh-huh.
But they're utilizing one field at the beginning of the morning and then having the teams move over to the other field. I would have not caught that. I would have stayed.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
So
know that.
luckily, one of my
Carrie in her chair by herself.
Why is everybody leaving?
Where's the game?
So it starts off in one field and it transitions to the other field at the back end because it's a turbo.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how in the hell do they expect? And it's in the tiniest little writing in the tourney app. I'm like,
Oh, you would
How-
have never caught
I would have
that.
never
Mm-mm.
caught that. But I have arsenals of moms that are way more
Like
into
Thank
it.
God.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, I knew that.
I love it. Thank God for
I
that.
did not know that.
I love that. Love that.
Oh God, this is a bad one too, but I'm gonna read it anyways.
okay,
Okay,
ready?
yeah.
We listen and we
don't
don't judge.
That mom that thinks her kid is better than others and they aren't the strongest player.
Oof. That happens.
Yeah.
Next.
I feel like every team has that.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
And
sure.
it
At some
just
level.
and it's how the coaches decide to deal with that,
Mhm.
which I think our coaches deal with it in a really great way because they
Yeah.
don't cater to it,
Yeah.
Right.
which is what you typically don't see.
Mm-hmm.
You see coaches kind of pandering to the parent that's like, but my kid's trying, or I love the passive aggressive posts on social media from
Listen,
the parent.
it gets spicy.
Oh, it
for
gets
sure.
yeah.
it.
It gets
We should have
spicy.
one extra mom on this panel that could tell you about some of the passive aggressive comments from other moms. That It's but your child doesn't play well. That's why they're not. But like, get with it. Like, it's not because they're not given a shot.
It's unrealistic expectations that they have. And I think like even for like travel, they think, oh, my kid, daughter, son, whatever, made the travel team, so they're good enough to be here. And then you're like, but no, you were number 1 in rec, or, you did extremely well. And now we're going to the next level. And they're like, oh, well, my kid's really good. And you're like, well, there's other kids out there that are great too,
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
It's
is
a
interesting.
balance for sure.
Mhm.
It's a
Yes.
humbling experience.
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, do you need more?
Nope.
You're good.
We're not judging. And
We're not judging. Absolutely.
Okay, ready?
We listen and we don't judge.
So it says, so my daughter got injured during a game in the middle of a tournament. She was out for the season. Prior to the injury, I let the coach know we will not be coming back next season. On a positive note, I might add. So when it came to the end of the season party, she deliberately made sure my child would not be able to attend. Also told others that she did not care because she isn't on the team anymore. My daughter was devastated. That's awful.
Oh man, I'm sorry. That's mean.
terrible.
That is
We're not judging.
We're
No.
not judging.
not judging.
We went into
We just would never do
loudly.
No.
That's
Yes.
rough.
That's just
Oh, that's a bummer. I feel bad for that little girl.
that.
well, and the thing is, yeah, it's all
But
about
see,
the
okay,
kids.
this is like for me hard. Couple things. Like if you as a parent, which, coach's wife here, I love nothing more like the full transparency. If you
Mhm.
want to leave and
Yeah.
it doesn't fit you, like that's fine.
Right.
Everybody moves on. Everybody goes to tryouts. Like it's not like it's not unknown. It's not like a
Right.
spoken like secret or whatever. Like
Right.
we know. Like when you think about travel ball, like there's so many teams, but like everybody is always like connected to some capacity.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's hard when we're in tryout season now and you get like calls from other coaches like, hey, your kid is here trying out. Did you know? And the coach is like, no, I didn't know.
Mhm.
So like here, this parent, in my opinion, did the right thing and was like, hey, we're not going to be here next season, but we're finishing out the season.
right.
I mean, that to me is just bad coaching.
Well, and she
I
was
mean,
injured.
she probably did herself a favor.
Yeah,
by
and she
leaving.
said she was
Yeah.
injured,
And she was
so she
injured,
couldn't
like-
play. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
don't-
rough.
I don't understand. That to me is just very unfair.
because
Yeah.
it's probably all their friends are at this, they're
Right.
a team, so it's friends. So now
Oh,
she
yeah.
doesn't even get to say bye to her friends or whatever, so
Right.
Yeah.
that's too bad.
That's a bummer.
I know.
I think
Okay.
I'm like really shocked by that.
I know.
Right?
I
Yeah.
know.
That's
I don't know.
It's just very cutthroat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we listen and we don't judge.
Yeah.
Loudly.
We don't. Loudly. Loud and proud.
Out loud.
Next.
We listen,
Listen
and,
and
we
we
don't
don't
judge. I've eavesdropped on the mom's convo in the bathroom about coaches and other players.
I mean,
It's a public space.
it is a public space. I love how you guys took sips.
What?
What?
I'm literally just here.
I'm just so thirsty.
Okay, I have been in a season when my child first started travel ball, and I didn't understand the ins and outs.
Yeah.
And I looked at my kid as like, you should have more opportunity. You should. And this was more when she went from 8U to 10U. It's a different ball game in 10U.
Mhm.
8U is a little different. You're
Right.
still filling it out. It's still a lot of developmental. By 10U, you kind of have like your skill. And I remember being not as bad as some of the parents because I'm not. I don't like to talk in public out loud.
Yeah.
But
you
I
also
rem-
have common sense. Like you
but
have
I
that,
but
like-
I do remember feeling very much offended that my child wasn't even like considered in like she went from playing every game in 8U to sitting the bench all of the first season of 10U. And it confused me as a parent, but I had to learn the rules of the playground, so to speak.
Yeah.
But I remember having my feathers ruffled and wanting to like stomp up to the dugout and be like, how dare you? And, like I remember those feelings. But I also remember learning really quick, like this isn't about my kid. This is about playing a game. And if my kid needs to level up, she's got to level up.
Yeah.
So I think it's different schools of thought. But I do identify a little bit with the chatter because moms it's personal.
Oh,
And it's
absolutely.
embarrassing
I mean,
sometimes.
it's your kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course,
Yep.
it's personal.
It's personal.
It's very different.
So like
Yeah.
I'm not defending that
Yeah.
because I feel like you shouldn't be talking in open spaces. But I've been there where I'm like, I've just wanted to lash out.
Had those
like,
feelings.
Yeah.
I drove an hour to be here and my kid's sitting the bench. Why? Like
Yeah.
I rember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are valid feelings. I think many of us have been in those spots.
Yeah,
You're just like,
absolutely.
I just don't
Yeah.
understand. But with that takes, experience.
So
and
now as a
knowledge.
mom whose kid never sits the bench, I'm like, I see the moms that kids do and I'm like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh gosh. Like,
yeah. Because
yeah.
you can relate to those feelings.
Well, and it's
Yeah.
a learning experience.
Well,
like,
because
you've
it's like
been in there or not, or
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you're not the majority in that thought process.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess
I think that's how you to me and like what we see is like that's where a lot of people are like, oh, my kid is sitting the bench. Like now we're gonna bounce. And we're
Yeah,
gonna try
no.
to
Yeah.
No,
we're
we
gonna
wrote
try
it-
to
find
we're
a
gonna
new
try to
team.
find a
Right.
team
Yeah,
that
no.
they're not
Not-
sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think you're doing your kid any favors by doing that.
Mm-mm.
No.
And I think
No.
as a coach, when you go to tryouts, like they know.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Listen,
with
it's a
such a
small
small
community.
world. I was
just
It
gonna
is a
say
small
that,
world.
yes.
Small
It
world.
really
Everybody
is.
knows
It's a
everybody.
small, and they do. And like, for me, and we see it often too. Is
Yeah.
and like I don't know what your guys' perception is, but there's always like that one kid that's an excellent player, but the parents, you're like, ooh, I don't know, because like
Yeah.
the parents are unhinged.
Absolutely.
They're the ones like cursing, they're like on the field, like with the
Yeah.
head coach, and you're like, what are you doing? Like, they
Yeah.
almost like ruin it
For
for their
everyone.
kids.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. We know a few of those.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Are you ready for your next card?
I am. Okay.
You're
Ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
This one's funny.
We
We
listen,
listen
and
and
we
we
don't
don't judge. When a family considers a tournament as optional.
Oh.
We all know those families.
Oh wait, people actually do that?
Yes.
I guess so.
Can
That
they be
was written in.
I mean, I guess as a coach, I'll take this one. Yes, it isn't like life or death or whatever you want to say, but you did make a commitment. And
You're paying a lot of
sometimes
money.
that RSVP
Yeah.
on Game Changer, we need to know, because there have been times that we have written a lineup, we have talked the night before, had it all planned out, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're not
So-and-so's
coming.
missing.
Oh, we don't feel like coming today. It's 8 a.m. game. We're coming to the second game. It's like right away, it's like you're done for the day. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's-
crazy.
it
But
throws
no,
you
I
off a
feel
little
like
bit.
travel ball, you made a commitment. You have the schedule. I know our team, you have the schedule months in advance. So
Mhm.
it's
So you
like
can plan accordingly.
Yeah.
things happen. I get it, but no, it is not optional, people. Okay.
All right, we're
Love
not
it.
judging.
I did it. Facts.
Okay.
We listen and we don't judge.
Okay, so there's some good ones. So this one is those moms that low-key hate all of us. I could, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, have you read our TikTok comments?
There's a bunch
Some of them are really like mean.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you guys so bothered?
They're so
But that might just
bothered.
be like a reflection of themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, it absolutely is. But I'm
Yeah.
like,
I
what
think
do you- like, what are you
sometimes
mad
I
about?
engage
'Cause
with
we
them.
show up and we care about
Yeah.
our kids.
Yeah.
Like, what are you
Right.
really mad about?
I know.
That we're having
Honestly,
fun?
as a coach, as a sports mom, I really want to know, what are we mad about?
I
Like,
don't
you
know.
physically went on, paid the $100 and something, signed your dang kid up.
Yeah.
I mean,
Each
what
month.
are you mad about? Like,
Yeah.
I will say this. I gave off, which we talked about this in the beginning of the season with the new team.
Yeah.
I gave off don't talk to me vibes to many people because I had been burned so many times before
Mhm.
with other softball families. Our previous softball family imploded, and people that we held very close to us just like vanished into thin air. And it turned into this very like just aggressive, like he said, she said, you're either with us or against us. And I'm over here just like, can't we all be friends? Like,
Yeah.
how did this
We're here for
happen?
the girls.
So like,
Right.
Yeah.
you know, the mom that low-key hates everybody, like I think I was that the first part of the season with our team.
Thanks
And
for admitting to
actually,
that.
I don't feel that way. But,
but we knew each other.
Yeah.
But like,
I could see that.
The 12,
I love you, but I was new to the team.
I did not.
Yeah.
talk to
Therapy
anybody.
session.
And
Yeah.
the 12U moms were like, we were wondering why you would just sit by yourself all the time. And I'm like, because I don't want to talk to anybody, because I feel like next season you might
Mhm.
like find some crap to say about me that's not true. Or
Right.
my
Yeah.
kids find your children great and want to be friends. And then next season we don't like you, we hate you. Like it is one of those like,
It's for like
tough.
PTSD. You're
It
like, I
is.
don't know if I want to start over
but
again.
it goes
just to,
against
like-
everything I am as a person, as a human. I had to really fight to not engage, which I
Yes.
hate that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sports does that
Yeah.
sometimes.
It does.
Throws your walls up and makes you
Yes.
not want to like engage because who can you trust?
Yes,
No.
absolutely.
But you know, we're past that now and
Yeah.
everybody's fine and we're all good. And
You're
I'm
wonderful.
I'm not
Yes,
the mean person
absolutely.
that everyone thought I was.
You're
Oh,
like,
no,
here
we did
comes
not
that
think
lady
that.
with the
Not
big
at
old
all.
van and all those damn
All those
kids.
kids.
Why she have so many damn kids?
Yeah, she must be on welfare. Sorry, I get that a lot. Like, no,
So funny.
Rolls
we
up and
actually,
like people say that.
oh,
to
all
you?
the time.
what?
Stop.
People will ask me, is that with the same dad?
I've
Oh,
gotten that.
stop.
Oh my
Yes, people
gosh.
ask me if I have the same baby daddy. I'm like, 100%. Yes,
That
I
is
have,
I do.
so
she'd be like, I
funny.
have 8.
Yeah,
Eight
yeah.
baby daddies.
And they all pay me child support. I'm loaded.
9 coming soon. Stay tuned.
Yeah, no, it's wild.
Yeah. I love that.
We roll up packing, and I with my limousine cart.
Yeah,
No,
I
my
love
favorite
it.
is you rolling up in that big old van sprinter thing and honking and just in the windshield.
The van and it flinging open, and whatever is
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
fall out falls out.
Usually Jesse.
yeah, McDonald's, cleats.
Yeah.
That's so
No, it's
funny.
love
great.
it.
Yeah, it's so funny.
But yeah, I've definitely been the mom that I'm like, I don't like any of you, but I don't want to feel that way. But
Right.
again, that was like, I feel like that was forced upon me.
Yeah,
I was forced to put those walls up.
right.
Yeah.
I
That's
was.
hard.
That's a bummer.
But I'm back to myself. It's fine.
We love that.
That's right. Yes.
We love that.
Okay.
Ready?
We listen.
Yes.
We
listen and we don't judge.
My child has no idea how much I sacrifice to be at every game. I feel like the kids should
Yeah.
listen to this part. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It is
The
I don't even think
divide
it's
and
about the games
conquer.
though. I think
Yeah.
it's about like the whole package, like the practice,
Yes.
the
Yes.
financial aspect of it.
Mhm.
Bats are not cheap.
Yeah.
Like I honestly in sports, like what sport is cheap?
None.
Nothing.
None.
There's not one that
No.
you're like, oh, this is super affordable.
Yeah.
And I think as you get to a higher level of playing,
Mhm.
then you're adding in extra like reps with like a pitching coach, like all of
Yes.
those things compiled on top of it.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It really is.
It is. And
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes the kids don't understand too is that like if you have 2 kids doing separate things, it's like
Mm.
the FOMO the other parent gets, how like a lot of our parents
divide
have
and conquer.
to, like one goes to one game and then they flip-flop on Sunday, then they come to this game, and it's just crazy because it's just, I don't know, I get FOMO like crazy. So if I miss something, I'm like, oh my God.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean.
And when you're a coach, you're in with one child the whole time because you're coaching. So you might miss the other child or like, you know.
But it happens
also,
to us.
Yeah, as a coach though, we can tell if a parent is missing too. Like that is, like I can tell if so-and-so's mom is out with somebody else, or so-and-so's mom is here, or dad is not there. You
like
can,
based off of their performance,
just
like,
performance,
or like what they're doing in the dugout,
yeah,
like if they're
because-
acting right kind of thing.
Yeah, because as a coach, I don't think you guys parents realize how much of a comfort blanket you are for your kids.
Mhm.
So in the dugout, you know, you just can tell that something's off because they look to the stands. Like if you don't think your kids look at the stands, they do.
They do.
And I can tell in the dugout when somebody's missing, somebody's out of town, somebody's here, somebody, grandma showed up all, you know, surprising. Yeah. It is a thing. So I think these kids really need to understand that it is a sacrifice. It is very hard to get it all in schedule, but we love them enough to do it. So
Right.
We do.
that's how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty bad last weekend when we only had one kid playing in the evening, and my husband and I were like, do you want to do date night at the field and watch her? I was like, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So I paid my older daughter to babysit, and we sat at the field. And this particular field, the concession stand serves mixed drinks.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we can have a cocktail.
Yes.
Not give out snacks because she's got her own little lunchbox in the dugout, and we can just sit there and just be together and hold hands and watch her play.
Aww.
And it like,
Love that.
I was like, okay, like, and I do get envious sometimes of the parents that get to do this together because it's like, that's so sweet. Whereas my family don't get that because it's either he's working or I'm here and he's at soccer or he's at this field because U-Trip decided to separate fields at the last minute or SFP. So it's
Edit that out.
always
Nothing to do with the flamingos.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, no, I definitely, the kids don't understand the power. And sometimes I get I just want you to come alone. And I'm like, I would love to just come alone and just watch you and own you.
Yeah.
I would love that. But I have to spread the wealth.
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
But it also takes a village, and your softball family, you know, you kind of come together and, you know, rally for the parents that, you know, really want to be there but can't because of, not a parent that's like, oh, I can't because I'm too hungover and I'm too tired or something. You know, like you've got those parents.
We're
that
not
just,
judging. We're not judging.
Not judging. Not judging. I mean, I don't know. I think that deserves a little bit of judgment.
A little. Okay, we can add a little judgment in there.
Yeah.
So funny.
But yeah, Laurel didn't understand. Oops, I said my daughter's name. My daughter did not understand that, like, Daddy and I just needed some time away. We love watching you play, but we just needed some alone time.
Yeah.
And watch you for a second.
That's
or two.
priority. That's so funny.
But I also do feel like, back to this, is that when you're invested in your kid and you're invested in what they love to do, I don't feel like it is a sacrifice. Like, I feel like you're just like, hey, we got a tournament this weekend. Like, here we go. Like, it is a sacrifice in its sense, right? But like, when you're like invested and you see how much they're like growing and loving the game and developing and making relationships and having fun, I don't feel like it is a sacrifice. It's just part of my life now. Like, I'm stoked. Like, sometimes when we don't have a tournament, I'm like, damn, I got to mow the grass or something. Like, what are we
gonna do?
What are we doing?
Yeah.
You mean
It
we have
is-
to go do
why
something
do I have
else?
to talk?
It is weird when we don't have a tournament.
Yeah.
Yes.
We don't have a tournament on the week. Like Mother's Day's coming up. We don't have a tournament. And I'm like, I feel like because that Friday before I'm like at Sam's Club or Publix getting snacks and like already in my head, like packing coolers. So then I'm like, I feel like, you know, when you go on vacation, you feel like you left something at home.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, there's
But that's
no
what I feel
stores
like
around
all day.
everywhere. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I forgot to do something. Like, should I be checking uniform? Like
what's happening? Yeah.
it weirds me out kind of like a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
But my daughter loves not sitting at the field
for
12 hours.
I know.
She's such a
You
trooper.
know? So
we really
like,
should.
I think the
like, do
siblings
something for the
need,
siblings.
like,
The
they really
siblings
do need
are
an
the real
award.
MVPs.
we should
for
just have
that.
this. We should have the siblings on the podcast, and they should vent about what
they really feel.
don't
Oh my
like. Like how
gosh.
This should be
funny-
part 2.
Oh my God.
We listen and we don't judge.
Yes.
They're really
swag
because
it.
that would be
snacks.
I
this,
know.
like shout out to the siblings because
Siblings
it is
for life.
hard.
Yeah.
It is
Cheers
very
to the
hard.
siblings.
Cheers
You
to
know,
the
because
siblings.
they're at the fence cheering, but at the same time they're like, when is this
I know.
over?
Yeah.
I want to go go home.
What do you
know?
mean? They're in the gold bracket and it's not until 8
We have
p.m.
another game. How many games?
How many
left,
games?
Mom?
Yes,
I feel
exactly.
like though, like on our team though, like I feel like the siblings like are like we have to leave. Like we
Yes,
have a
they
good
do.
core
Yeah,
of
because
siblings.
they now have like a buddy.
Yes,
yeah, I'll like look out the
exactly.
dugout. There's like 20 of them just either playing football, something. They're like, we have to leave. Like, we have to leave.
They do
Can we go
so
out
well
to eat, guys?
together.
Can we
Like
go out
I
to
know your son was so devastated when another boy didn't come to practice the
Oh,
other day.
he's so
He's like,
upset.
"Where is
Where's
he?"
my
He's like-
friend? Yes.
And then I guess he didn't come, and he's like,
Yeah.
so upset.
So
and I love that because I'm
I
like,
know.
then it makes me feel better that he's
Yeah.
sitting out there for 12 hours
Oh, yeah.
because
He
they're
was
doing their
stoked
thing.
to
Yeah,
see
but
the
they're
other
playing
sibling, yeah.
and
They're
they're
having-
like, you
and
know,
they
they're
love
making
it.
friends.
They-
I mean,
nobody's
what
watching
else are you
them.
gonna do?
Yeah, nobody's
mean,
watching them. They're going to do
Seriously,
whatever.
They're outside having a blast.
I
Yes,
don't expose people
absolutely.
to my toddler because
Stop.
Shep.
Oh, he's so
Always said his name.
cute. He's the cutest.
He's so
He's
cute.
so cute.
But he'd be running on the field.
Yeah.
Like he'd climb the fence.
Yeah.
He'd be the kid climbing the fence. Like my number 8, I'm like, gosh, we should have stopped at 7.
Edit that. Edit that.
He is not agreeable to
She
anything.
didn't mean it. She's not judging.
He's
No.
so cute. I
Yes.
love it.
Poor guy.
I love it.
Poor
All
guy.
right. Next up.
Okay. Okay. We
listen
and we don't judge.
I know which moms are secretly dating the assistant coaches based off of field positions and batting order.
Oh, dang.
Okay, first off, I'm not
Hold
judging,
on.
but who has time for this?
Right?
Like, how do you have time to be a sports mom and date the assistant coach and maybe on the side have a husband? I mean,
Okay, but does
Well,
she have a husband?
I know,
Like,
that's the only
you-
thing
That's
that-
the
yeah.
thing. When
I
you
just
bring-
made
we
that
don't
up.
know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
I'm judging. I
We
made that up.
Yeah.
We don't
Dead.
know, but that's a very like
That's a spicy
Interesting.
one.
that's a bold.
And are these coaches married or are these like
We don't know.
non-married
Oh
Oh
coaches?
my God, we need more details.
Yes,
Anonymous.
I know. But I bet you they think like based on field positions. So maybe
Uh-huh.
the child's not the strongest on the team, but in a really strong position or bad, so maybe that's
Batter,
the
like,
assumption.
ranking,
Like
yeah.
it's not like they know because of that.
There's
Interesting.
got to be some type of like
Listen, that might.
flirting or something because I would just be like, all right, this guy has no idea how to write a lineup or position his fielding in his team. But then if I see something on the side, then maybe I'd be
You're
like,
right.
That
I'm also
explains
not
it.
judging. So
Right.
excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me while I don't judge.
That's a
Yeah.
very juicy one, though.
That's a juicy
That
one.
is. There's probably a lot more like context behind that one too.
Yeah.
So
That's like they need like HR for that team.
HR.
Like that's like an HR.
A
Moving
confession- a
along.
Yes.
confessional. Like
Like-
they should. Could you imagine though if they had a confessional like during a tournament where you just like set up and then every parent can go in there and whether it's like about your kid, about the coach, like your husband,
Just say what you gotta
like,
say.
say what you have to say. Like in the heat of the moment, that would actually be kind
Like
of
a
funny.
rage
would be
room, but
funny.
different.
Yeah.
like-
That
I
would
feel
be
like I just
fun.
say
A
it.
rage tent.
A
Yeah,
rage
I think
tent.
we're
We have a
onto
rage
something.
I'm
tent.
not going in a small box. I'm just gonna say.
I mean, we
it.
have already a mascot. Just add a rage tent to our
Yeah.
to our
Oh,
whole thing.
yes.
So
Oh my god.
that would be
Okay,
funny.
this one's a long one. Ready?
All
Okay,
right.
listen
and we
don't
don't judge.
We were at our first state softball tournament where you have to pay to get in. What a gift. And during the game, my friend showed up with no cash. I quickly grabbed another parent's wristband and ran it out to her and ran back to the game. 5 minutes later, I handed the wristband back, and behind me I hear, "Seriously? I can't believe you." The lady from the entrance followed us in to catch us not paying. So I say, "Okay, see you next Tuesday." Just kidding. I found cash, apologized, and paid.
See you next Tuesday. I'm not judging, but whoa.
Dead.
I mean, that's very like, way to use those skills. You know what I mean?
I mean,
That's pretty like,
well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like our parents are okay because, we I feel like the
we
flamingos, we take care of the wristbands too,
Yes.
which we
Yes.
know how it is. We paid for so many tournaments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
No.
right. So
We are
in your
paying for the
tournament
parents.
fee, the wristbands are already taken care of per family.
Yeah. So our
Yes.
parent dues monthly, we pay 2 parents per player, each age division, because we know how it is and the cash. And it's just,
Yeah,
the parents
just
don't
makes
one
it
less
easier.
step.
You
Well,
already
yes.
do so much. You should not have to bring $24 to see your kid play in a
Right,
tournament.
right.
Like you already do so much. But yeah, I mean,
I'm sure that happens more often too.
There's a lot.
I know moms that have like all the wristbands.
Oh,
You know, they
yes.
come in different colors, shapes,
Yep.
and sizes. They have like,
Wait, and
which
they keep
one?
them?
They
Oh,
keep them.
100%.
Yeah.
Because then
And
they're
carry
like,
around.
can
Rotate
someone
it.
tell me
Stop.
Yeah.
I
which
know a
one it
mom
is so I
that
can
will,
like pull it out of my arsenal? Like
Yes.
they have like all
Yeah.
of it in like a little Ziploc baggie.
Uh-huh.
And
Like
I
if
was
you're
just
an
like,
8 a.m. game, you can be like, hey, the wristbands are
blue,
XYZ
pink,
or
dolphins.
this color. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, let me just go to Dollar
Go to-
Tree
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Walmart.
Or you've been to
or
them
they
so
have
many
it.
I
times
know.
where you're
They
like,
have them
I
all
have them.
collected.
Yeah. It's
Listen,
I
so-
never
save
knew
yourself
that.
12
Like, I didn't know
bucks.
people did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Or like, I
I've
don't know,
seen
just
them.
have one of your parents roll a bag behind him, like, I'm one of the coaches. Thank you. Bye.
Well, unless the lady follows you and checks to see if you are
This
a
lady
coach.
Did
like
you
this
pay?
lady. Yeah.
The lady
Did
from
you
the entrance
pay?
followed us in.
I feel like this
Dang.
throws out
I would have died.
Soldier Creek vibes.
Oh. The new lady?
Soldiers Creek vibes. Yeah.
She's intense.
Yeah, she
Mm.
is. We
Well,
all know what we're talking about.
$12, they definitely need it,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Wild.
Interesting.
Crazy.
Very interesting.
I love this. Seriously? I love it. Okay.
I love it. I need a new card.
You don't
Oh.
have one?
No, I used my 2 already. Actually,
Oh.
I lied. Just kidding.
I
It's
was
right
gonna
here.
say,
You
I
want
thought
one?
Another one
more.
too.
Just
Okay.
kidding. I got it. All right, ready?
We
listen and we don't judge.
Our flamingo girls are warming up, having fun with their flamingo stances, and I look over to the other head coach making fun of our girls. I saw red. What a dick. Way to teach your girls respect. Ugh.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the
First of all,
stance?
yeah.
Am I missing
So-
What a
something?
dick.
Yes.
So, yes.
Yeah, well, no, does it? Oh,
I was
sorry.
totally
It's
fine.
okay.
Go ahead.
So
Yeah.
I know some of our girlies, they like to do, since we are the flamingos, they do like these cute little like flamingo things, or they do this little beak thing. Like they're just like cutesy
Okay.
little
That they
things.
came up with.
They came
Yes.
up. It's
Yes.
like these little
It's not
girls.
like you
So
asked
the other
them to do
team
it.
made fun of our girls.
The
Yes.
head
Like
coach,
the head
yes.
coach.
The
The
head
flamingo.
coach on the other team?
Yes.
was making fun of the girls apparently.
To his players. Like,
Did we beat them?
no.
Damn it.
But I was so
Can
mad.
I do
Because
this
your
without
reaction
judging?
definitely would be different if you won or lost that game.
Well, in my
Oh,
I'm gonna take this one and I'm not judging. I'm just gonna this is gonna
Yeah,
be facts.
for
Yeah,
sure.
okay.
Yep.
This I remember this. I saw it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I see a lot. And this would be one of those teams that play in the B bracket and then we pretend like we're not an A team and then we get a bunch of rings and blow out every team and think we're the best in the league.
Yep.
That would be the team making fun of our girls that are literally developing, doing fun stuff, doing the flamingo, being team players, love each other. And this team would be one of those ones that like, let's go in the B bracket and get a ring because we can't make it in the A bracket.
We're going to have a sidebar later. I don't
Okay.
know which one this is because that just blows my mind.
I know.
Yeah, I was
that's why
so
I was like,
mad.
are you talking?
I would have saw red too.
I
I
was-
would have saw that because I just feel like it is part of our culture,
It is.
and it's just part of the girls.
And I
doing
just looked
their
over and he's
thing.
like making fun of our girls, and they're not doing it to their team. They're just doing it themselves. You know, they're not trying to be rude or like, and he's like, ugh. And I was like,
Right.
oh, and I was like, I saw red and I was like, what? This is,
So
and
now
it's-
we know that you're this one that submitted.
yeah, just climbing
But,
fences.
just
climbing
saying.
But
fences.
on
Yes.
the sidebar,
Yeah.
when we did say good game, I sure as shit let that guy know.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Okay,
you
I
did?
appreciate
What
it.
what was
Love
his
it.
response?
Pretty shitty way to make fun of 10-year-old girls.
What do you
Exactly.
say?
That's
Yeah.
what you said?
What are you,
You said
talking?
that?
Yes,
Wait,
I
that's
do.
what
you
That's
physically
why Patrick
said?
doesn't
Bro,
let
you
me
can
go
go
feral
fair.
ever. Patrick's like, no.
So
Well,
what did
I
he
appreciate
say?
you
He goes,
for
what are you
that.
talking about? I was like,
You know.
you know what
You
I'm
know,
talking
yep.
about.
Think about it.
Listen.
So, what are you teaching these
The
girls
first
on your
baseman
team?
coach.
Yeah.
Yep. I know exactly what she's talking about.
Oh man. Well, that's juicy.
Yeah, that was it just
Good
made
for
me
you,
sad.
Audrey. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I
See,
remember that.
You got it in you.
You do.
Oh yeah,
Don't worry. I
got you.
make little, when I do
I
that
appreciate you.
coin
Katie, for
toss
doing
at the
that.
home plate, don't worry. I have a little.
I feel like
You know
Katie
what's
has
up.
like a little voodoo doll.
Yeah.
She's like,
No, I'm just like,
You do have a voodoo doll?
no, I just
Oh.
talk to them like they talk to
just
me.
say she
Yeah.
probably would.
Yeah.
Be like,
Yeah, there's a couple
Done.
guys that I see at the home plate a lot, and they think that
Mm.
just because I'm a girl, I don't know what I'm talking about. So usually I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
you're a douche.
yeah.
Douche canoe.
Yeah.
I think that's why Patrick sends me up there sometimes.
He does. He's like, just handle it.
But,
Just handle it. You can handle yourself.
yeah.
All right.
I love
Next
it.
up.
We
listen and we don't judge.
I once yelled at the ref. Turns out I just didn't know the rules.
Guilty.
Yep. Done that before.
I feel you. I've been there.
I
Done
even
that.
yelled at coaches
Stop.
and then didn't know the rules.
My husband's quick to be like,
Rude.
you're to stop
I'm not
it.
judging.
Yeah.
Rude.
Like,
It was
be
an 8U
quiet.
coach. It was coach pitch.
Ate you.
It was 8. Okay, yes. We're not judging.
I know. I wasn't.
And
I was just
come
yelling
to
out the
find
age.
out, this coach and I ended up becoming friends, but I thought she was psycho on the mound.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I love
you do.
her.
Yes, I love her too.
She's so good.
Her and I are, if she ever watches this, she'll know I'm talking about her.
Yeah.
But I just remember her talking to her player as she was pitching to them in 8U. And I'm like, you can't talk to the player. Come to find out, in this certain section, you can. And I was like,
What are you going to say?
I'm going to go stand behind the bleachers now.
And just pretend like
not
I
talk
exactly.
at all.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's
There's
a
a video
hard
with the
one
8 kids yelling
because-
again.
That's a hard one because also different tournaments have different rules.
That's so true.
Yes. Yeah, I know.
That's
And
so
I
true.
just-
and like whoever's under it. Like I almost feel like there should be like some that we play. It's like, oh, you can't steal home. I'm
Yeah.
like, why?
Yeah, or
why
you have
is
to
this
slide
even a
into
rule?
second.
Yeah,
or
no,
something. You
I-
have to
Or you,
slide in.
yes, or you have to slide in
And
a
I'm like,
second,
but
or it's
why?
a double play.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
something crazy.
Yes.
I
Wait,
said there's
what?
so
Yes.
many rules.
I know the. Yeah.
I feel
It'll
like we're
be hey, the
constantly
girl-
Googling, like,
Yes.
is this normal? Like, what happens? Like, what
Some
are the
fields are like,
rules?
if the ball goes past the white line in outfield, the girls need to put their hands up. I'm like, why
What?
not
Oh,
just put a
yes.
temporary fence up?
yeah.
Like, yeah, there'll be like a huge outfield. And they'll be
Yeah.
like, if it goes past the white line, you need to tell your girls to put their hands up because that's the fence. And I'm like, really? This is me at the home plate.
Or the kids can only run, like, hit a bomb, and they only can run to second base.
Or,
and you're just
oh my
like,
I don't
God,
understand that.
I don't understand
the
that either.
ultimate, like, the infield fly rule. Like,
Still
that is
confused by that.
enough
Still
to put
confused by
people
that.
in jail.
I cannot understand that rule.
I
to
can't
save my
either.
life.
It's
I have no idea.
So,
have to tell
okay,
everyone
explain
what-
it. Like,
tell
what is
everyone
that?
what the
It's
rule is.
basically like, okay, so it's basically for like older groups. Like, so you can do an infield fly to second, short, third, first, right?
Mhm.
And then they can purposely drop it and then get a double play. So the umpire needs to call it before the batter hits one, or just say infield fly rule is in effect. Then you can't do that. So basically, it's like to not get a double play. And that's what I'm assuming. Please edit this before I Google it. But you know what I'm saying? But like, that's pretty much what it is. Like, teach your player to drop an infield fly, let it touch the ground, pick it up, and get a double play, basically. Or get 2 runners out.
I'm so lost. Do you
Right,
know what they're
but
talking about?
There's times where like,
Like
you-
the- like
like
the
okay,
hitter
for
at the
all
back.
of us that sit at tournaments for 12 hours a
Yes.
day, right?
Yep.
But how is the umpire supposed to call it?
He's supposed to call it when the bat, like infield fly is in effect. Like he's supposed to say.
He's
from
supposed
the
to
next
say it.
time a batter's up.
Pretty much, yeah. When
But
there's,
I
like-
never hear the ump say that.
Right. So that's
Am
what I'm
I-
saying. How many times have we sat at a tournament for 12 hours?
Not
But
even at
hold
the
on,
beginning
is
of
the
the game.
coach on the other team then telling them drop it so you do get
Well,
the double play?
That's the thing. You can teach your kids to do things like that.
But is that the accurate way to play softball?
No.
Because
So that's why would you?
I mean,
Why
catch
wouldn't
the
you
ball.
just catch
I
the
mean,
ball and get the
I know
batter
in
out?
our
that's
age
what I'm
division.
saying.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Why
But that's
would
what I'm
you not
saying. It's
just
like for
catch?
the older. Yeah, right. Exactly.
We had this happen in our last tournament
so
when we were
confused.
Same.
in
It was-
Claremont with 12U. No, it was
No,
a Popka.
Yeah.
Were you at that game?
But it was only certain umpires would call it.
Yeah.
It's
And-
not like
right.
a consistent thing.
And a parent who is a ref, he jumped up and he was like, he didn't see that someone had gotten out at third.
Yeah.
And so it was a double play, but I don't know. I was confused. I still don't understand it.
I don't.
But it's like, okay,
You've
what if the
explained it, and
person's-
I still don't get it.
Yeah.
Same.
Mm.
Listen.
But it's just
Anybody
one of
out
those
there that knows
ones.
about infield fly,
Yeah.
Please write in.
Write in.
All I
Comment.
know as a
gosh.
coach, it pisses me off.
Yeah.
As a player, I would be confused too. Like you just
Same.
get it out, just catch it, and you're out.
Just
Batter's
catch,
out.
make the out, and
And then
I
throw
don't-
it
Well,
I don't
technically
know.
the batter is technically already out because it's infield fly rule. But then it's like you can't do anything with it. Like you can only get like 1 out.
And this is why I'm not an ump.
Right.
Yeah.
This
I
is
don't
why.
know.
I
But
sit
make
next
sure
to
I gotta
my
Google
dad.
that because I'm pretty sure that's why. I know Again,
Yeah.
I don't want to be the person yelling out rules because if I don't know, no. But I'm pretty sure that's
you don't
why
want
it's
to be
in
the
effect.
person on the card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Exactly.
Stop judging me.
I've just learned to sit by somebody who knows the game better or well, and then when they yell it, I just yell it louder,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's really where I go. That's
The
really where I
reaction, they're like,
thrive.
you
That's
say
your
your reaction.
Your mom, your
That's-
sports mom pro
That's
tip.
my exactly.
That's actually
So,
not a bad idea.
Yes, I
That's
know I
so
have a loud
funny.
voice, so if they're not loud
Well,
enough, I'm like,
everybody's
let me just
screaming
re-yell
Google
it.
it.
And
then
you'll
be
be like,
this
yeah.
is what happened.
Is this what we say?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Got it. Yep.
Reject it.
Exactly.
I love that.
That's all I got.
love that. So funny.
Oh,
That
is
was
it
a good
me?
one.
It's you.
It's
Oh,
you.
okay.
Your turn.
Okay.
We
We
listen
listen
and we
don't judge.
As a sports mom, I simply miss a normal weekend. Somebody tell me what's normal.
Wow.
Listen,
I don't know.
just like a normal week where you don't have any tournaments.
I hate it.
I have to plan things then. Then we have to have activities.
Then I have
we
to do stuff around the
things.
house.
Yes.
Well, yeah, or when you're ready and then it gets canceled. And you're like,
Ooh.
what? Now I
Oh
have
my
to
gosh,
what do we
last
do?
weekend I
Yes.
had the
Oh my
best
gosh.
feeling too. I was like, "Oh, we're taking it. We're taking it, rain." I was like,
Same.
Now I know, and I was like, let's go to brunch.
Yes.
which
We
was
did have a good
triggered.
day.
Now I have to do laundry. I should go grocery shopping.
Do all the
I don't
things
want
that you
to.
need to do.
I don't
Sometimes
know.
it's nice to
What is a
sleep in.
normal weekend?
I don't know. It's been a long time for me.
Well, we're going to experience that this weekend coming up for the first
I don't really
time in
know
a
what a
while.
normal
yeah.
weekend is, but I kind of agree with like the activity thing.
Yeah.
That for me, I feel like a normal weekend's like I'm throwing my kids in the pool. I'm
Mhm.
floating
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
My
See, I
husband's
can't
we're
physically
grilling.
do that.
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, we
You don't
can
have
do
a
that.
pool?
We do, but we
Oh.
can like do that. But then the whole time I'm like floating around the pool, but I'm staring at the weeds I could be pulling.
Exactly.
Yes.
Or
Now you
I
feel
geez,
would
I need to get a
never
quote for
think
the
that.
fence. Or
Neither would I.
man, I
I
could
do.
really go pressure wash that right now. Like, no, I cannot
Wow,
float
what?
around
You-
and not look at things and not
It's
be
our
like,
ADD that gets to
No,
us.
Yeah.
100%.
If I
Yeah.
ever am like I'm gonna
Or I'll
pull
start
weeds
yelling
or
at
pressure
Clint.
wash, you better send
Something's
help.
wrong.
Like they're
oh, I'll be standing
Me
out
and
there.
your
in my-
roots are the
I'll be
same.
pulling my
We're
foot out of
just
the pool. I'm like pulling
Yeah.
weeds out in my bathing suit. I'm like,
oh
well,
no.
I can't sit in
No.
the pool and look at these
I will-
weeds.
But can you just not relax ever? Like
No,
you have to be
never.
doing
Oh,
something.
I couldn't. Yeah, no.
Never.
Let's see. You're
But
at
see,
the
It
then
bar.
drives my husband nuts.
See, then I'm playing activity like we're doing volleyball.
right.
We do stuff in the pool. Like we're not just
Oh.
like
floating around. Yeah.
I would love to just float, but it doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
I
we'll
like
watch-
a good like grill out day.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
relaxing, like where you have no
Fun.
plans, no itinerary. You're just there.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
just if you want to like watch Netflix and movies with your kids and pop popcorn and not
I
have to
do
worry
that.
about
And then I'm
that
like,
stuff.
geez, I feel like a big piece of crap.
Yeah, like I
Really?
should be
Yeah,
productive.
I don't-
I
I
don't.
can't-
We
I'm
love
so
those
behind.
days.
We watched like one movie. My husband and I watched one movie like the other day, and I looked at him and was like, God, we're just like big pieces of crap over here sitting on the couch. He's like, it's called relaxation. I was like,
I don't like it.
you're never helpful.
See, I like a good
Poor
like
Jeff.
relaxation day, but then I also like a good, I don't know, like sometimes when I clear out the kids' closets and we do like a
Yes.
donation day or
Yes.
like
Clean
a
out the
toy
garage.
donation,
Yes.
like that does make me feel good, but I can't do that like all
Oh
weekend.
no,
Right.
that's like
No.
hard.
It's depressing.
Listen,
But I
you know?
feel good about relaxing when I get XYZ done.
Correct.
Right.
Like I can
Yeah.
get my stuff done.
Mhm.
And then you feel
and then
good.
it's
Now
nice.
you
And then
don't
you feel
stress
good.
And then I feel
about
like
it.
I've earned this.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
yeah.
Also a normal.
Then I think of all the other
like,
stuff I could be doing.
I don't know if I'm the only one that feels this way, but I feel like we could be away all weekend at a tournament. And when I come home on Sunday, whatever time that is, it could be
Mhm.
like we're early out at 10 or like
Mm-hmm.
10 o'clock at night, whatever, like 10 a.m., 10 p.m. And my house looks like like the Tasmanian devil just
Oh,
like
yeah.
bombed like the whole
Yeah.
house. And I'm like, we weren't even home
That's how I feel
all weekend. Like
all the
how?
time.
Yeah.
My house. I'm like, we have not. We've been here for less than maybe 3 hours out of the entire weekend. And to your point, it's like laundry's everywhere, the snacks. I'm like, what is happening? Yeah.
Yeah. There's like
No.
3 cups on the floor. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
What?
I don't understand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Have you ever like seen that quote where it's like, "Are you a real sports mom unless you've like wished your kids will lose the first game on Sunday?" Like it'd be
Yes.
okay if you guys like maybe not
Did it-
got through this.
Yeah. So funny. But yeah.
Uh,
It happens.
we took
Yeah.
off a whole season of softball, and I will say it was boring because I just didn't know. I realized very quickly I am not like the fun mom. Like I will pay for the fun. I will take you to the fun, but I don't create the fun.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah,
so
yeah.
so I'm just like, yeah. I mean, I can like, yeah, let's go play in the water. Let's go get on the boat. But like, we're on the boat. Make your own fun. Like I'm not the fun person. So when we took that break, I realized really quickly, like, this is our this is our weekend. This is our fun. This is our outing. This is our friend time. This is our exercise. And I'm like, okay, we're never going to do that again.
Yeah.
Like it was just, it was too much pressure on me to
Yeah.
perform. I'm like, that's just not how I'm built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Softball, it's sports to me is more than just the actual sport. It's all encompassing.
Yeah.
It's just for us, it's all the things. Being a homeschool family, you're like, yeah, this is where you get to have your out. You
Well,
know, you get
watching
to-
your kids like on all 3 different age divisions of the flamingos, they're thriving. They love
Yeah,
the
they love
girls.
it.
They
love it.
It's like their excitement,
Yeah.
like, especially with the 10U flamingo of
Yeah,
ours.
yeah.
She just
She
loves
loves
it. Yeah.
She loves it. And being that she's with Mohawk, like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
her like
Her
brother from another
bestie.
mother, like they're besties, and so
Yeah.
she's definitely thriving for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
We love that for her.
Yeah,
That's
she is.
awesome.
Love it. Hi, friends. So the tea was really hot, and we decided to do a part 2 to this episode, so stay tuned. And here's our mom highlight of the week from one of our MVP players. Enjoy.
What is your mom's favorite color?
My mom's favorite color is pink.
Pink. And what is her favorite food to cook?
Oh, dang. A lot. She loves a lot. Like, she likes lasagna, spaghetti, rice.
Yeah, those are your favorites? Perfect. Who is your... Did I already ask you who's your favorite? Sorry. Who's your favorite baseball player?
Aaron Judge.
What is your favorite thing to do with your mom?
To play with her and with my toys and her. Yeah.
When your mom is in the stands at a baseball game, what is something you can hear her yelling?
Like, when I hit the ball, she's like, yeah, go, yeah, run.
What is one... Oh, if your mom could be any animal, what would she be and why?
She would be a cat because her favorite animal is a cat.
Nice. What is something funny that you hear your mom say?
Like my name, like she says it like in Spanish, right? But then she says like caken, like something like that.
Nice. And what do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a baseball player.
A baseball player? Perfect. And is there anything you want to tell your mom in the camera now? What do you go ahead, say it.
I love you, Mom.